Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Joseph. It's really lovely to meet you. So without any further waffle from me, because I do waffle quite a lot, as you beautiful ones know out there. If you're new to my channel, I am known as Mr. Waffle. So, right, shall I start this again? Yeah, possibly the best idea I've had this morning. In fact, the only idea I've had this morning. So I better start again. Okay. Dime qué es lo que esperas. Dime qué quieres ver. Hello gorgeous people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Joseph. It's really lovely to meet you, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now then, beautiful ones, what are we going to be looking at in today's video? We're going to be looking at not one but two primers from Revolution. So first of all, this is called you can't see that, can you see that now? It's just called Blur. It's just called, no, sorry, called Mattify. Get it right, man, please. Okay. And this is basically just a blend of silicones, and this is a face primer for makeup, foundation, eyeshadow, so on and so forth. Although today I'll be just trying this as a skin perfector, because some of you may know out there I've been after something which I can just apply to my face, which won't have any color coverage, but it will perfect the skin at the same time. So we'll have a look at him. And then also I actually got two of these, and I'm going to give one of these away to you beautiful ones out there. This one's called Pore Blur. And this is there's a few more ingredients. This one's only got 4 or 5 ingredients in it, all of which are silicones apart from tocopherol, which is vitamin E. The Pore Blur Primer has a few more ingredients in, because the claims on this are that it will blur pores, blur pores and fill in fine lines as well. So, but, big but here, guys, I haven't gotten very well with Revolution at all so far, and I'll link my my video into the description of the instant stick, you know, the instant wrinkle eraser or line eraser, whatever the thing's called. I'll link that into the description. How long's this intro going to be? About 5 hours. Is that okay, guys? So sorry, I'm waffling, aren't I? So yeah, so stick around to the end of today's tutorial, and I'll give you some information about how I'm going to give this one away. And beautiful ones, before waffle ceases, only temporarily though, because waffle only ever ceases temporarily with me. It's always there. I need to keep quite a tight check on it. These three were at something like £13-14. Again, I'll link that in there. And at the moment, if you have a loyalty card to Superdrug, you can buy 2, get 1 free. I was in there yesterday and I just bought these 2. And the lady said, "Where's your third product?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Do you know what I mean? So as soon as I found out that that I could have a free product, I went back and I had you beautiful ones in mind. So I thought if I got 2 of these, I could give 1 of these away. So this is around £5 or £6. Again, I'll find out the individual prices, link it down here or the description, or do both. So this intro is going to end really, really soon, I promise, guys. So waffly waffle. If that sounds like something you guys want to find out more about, stay tuned, and I'll be putting one on one half of my face, one on the other, and we'll compare and contrast. Okay? If any of you out there can detect sort of a low frequency buzzing noise, which wasn't there a few seconds ago, it's because I've just put my fan on, and I'm really, really hot today. I've just had a scalding hot bath. Oh yeah, I was going to talk to you about my new latest product. I got this yesterday. You know, some of you may know that I'm trying to keep this salt and peppering around the sides, around my temples, basically, as silvery and as white as possible. That'll only go downhill from now on, guys. My brother's hair's pure white, and he's only 3 years older than me, so it's a sign of things to come, isn't it? And he's having a midlife crisis. Shall I stop bad-mouthing and slagging off my oldest brother? Yeah, I'll stop that now. Okay, and talk to you about what I was going to be talking to you about, which is this. This comes from the Provoke range, and Provoke are famous or infamous for their purple shampoo. And purple obviously neutralizes, think about that, where it sits on the color wheel. Purple sits opposite red, oranges, doesn't it? So basically the whole point behind using a purple shampoo is to eliminate that brassy yellow tones in hair. So it gives you a more white, sort of ashy, sort of Scandinavian look. And this is a new product by Provoke, and this was £5, something, £4.99, something like this. This is actually a purple serum, and I've got some of it on now. It hasn't really done anything to my hair. In fact, if anything, it's dampened the silveriness down. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that one, guys, and that was from Savers, £4.99, I believe. And I also got 2 other shampoos as well, which I won't show you now. But should we carry on talking about primers as opposed to purple shampoos? Let's do that. So guys, which one should we start with? Should we start with the Pore Blur, or should we start with Mattify? Should we start with Mr. Mattify? Let's do that. Now then, guys, because, sorry, my moustache is growing, and I have put quite a lot of conditioner, beard conditioner on my beard this morning, although it's still growing, reverse growing, trying to grow up my nostril as it does on a daily basis. Thing gets up my nose, literally gets up my nose, if you pardon the pun. There, which Moses Beacon says from, it's the Little Britain spin-off, do you know what I mean? The one where it's set in the airport, Come Fly With Me. Oh, I used to love that, and still do watch it on quite a regular basis. Shall I carry on? Right.
If you pardon the pun.
Goodness me, this video is going to be like 10 hours long or something. I'm so sorry, guys. But so I've got the revolutionbeauty.com website open here, and this product is called Mattify Primer, $5.99. If you can get two, then you, if, as I said two earlier, buy two, get a third free from Superdrug. Comes in a matte black, a black tube, and this is 30 mils, I believe, although knowing Revolution, 28 mils. They always have to shave off 1 or 2 mils. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know why they do that, because foundations, primers and everything like that should be around 30 to 50 mils, bog standard size. But for some reason, Revolution, they always just take 1 or 2 mils off. Fair enough, it's up to them at the end of the day. If this stuff is amazing, then they can take 10 mils off and just give us 18 mils, can't they? So I was saying, wasn't I? A matte black 28 mil, not 30 mil, 28 mil tube with a gold collar at the top, where it's more like a bronzy sort of colour with the word Mattify written right across the front of the product. And then down here it says Mattify and Fix Primer. So obviously it's going to hold your makeup in place once you've put it on the face. Long wearing again, so you've got those silicones which bond with the skin, give the skin a second skin feel and look, and will hold on to your foundation and adhere to the foundation, make it last a little bit longer. Today won't be a wear test though, and I'm not going to be using foundation, although I do have these two, which I'll be reviewing. Well, in fact, there's loads of foundations on my table. I'm spitting again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be reviewing the Rimmel Lasting Radiance Foundation and this one as well, which is the Sleek In Your Tone 24-hour foundation. Not today though, guys, if that's okay with you, beautiful ones. I actually do really like the look of the tube, and as you can see, it's got the security seal still on it with the perforation. The perforations are down there, and again, I have to find them and open this up when we start to test it on my face, won't we? But yeah, no, I think that looks really classy. And the other one, the one I'm going to be giving away, it comes in a salmon sort of pink, with again with the bronze Revolution branding up top. So shall I get some of this on rather than wobbling? Okay, let's do that. I do apologise, guys. I'm being very scatty. I'm in quite a good mood today, but good mood equals scatty where I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? So, and clumsy too. So that's the intro sorted now, guys. Let me just go and get my... they're just down here. I have to cut this bit out, won't I? How much footage am I destroying here, eh? So before we test him on my face, should we see what the website says? And I'll put those down here so you don't have to watch me stumbling and waffling my way through this description. The details: Shine Be Gone, a clear primer that will face shine head on for a complete matte finish. It's quite a big claim, isn't it, guys? Again, we can see whether this lives up to those or not. If you want to control your glow, use this primer as your base and add highlighter to the areas of your face you want radiance. That's fair enough, isn't it? So here, bridge of the nose, forehead, anywhere you want glow really. Contains antioxidant-rich vitamin E to help nourish your skin, vegan and cruelty-free. So there's some claims there, aren't they? So should we look at the first claim? What was it? Complete matte look. So, right, guys, now we can open this up and have a look. So can you see I've already started to open the perforated bit, and that came off really easily. So again, very impressed with the black tube. It's reminding me of NARS. Do you know what I mean? The NARS, although the NARS logo is nowhere near as plain as the Revolution one. I'm waffling, aren't I? Yeah. My bad. So beautiful. Let's get him open, shall we, without any further drivel from Mr. Drivel himself. Oh, can you see it's really, really runny? Look. Can you see it's just, I'm not even squeezing that, and it's just pouring out, and it's not hot today, so I'm not going to use that as an excuse, because sometimes, hot weather can liquefy the product we're looking at. But can you see that just there? So I'll blend that in. Wow, that just slips on. Wow, that feels incredible. Very, very, very silicone rich. Good morning, Mr. Abraham. How are you doing today? Can't talk because it obviously doesn't have any vocal cords or mouth or anything like that, because it is only an arm at the end of the day. But yeah, no, that and a little bit of this goes a really, really, really long way. So far, guys, that feels incredible on my skin. It just feels baby soft, very, very silky, very satiny, just lovely. And as I said, a little bit goes a really long way. So I've used way too much on the back of my hand. So when I apply this to my face, that's good to know, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? No detectable scent, maybe a slight sort of powdery sort of silicone, that sweet sort of, no smell per se. There's a very, very, very faint silicone sort of smell, which again, I find impossible to describe to you guys out there. I can't even think of a simile or something to compare it to, because silicone, the scent of silicone is really unique. Without further waffle from yours truly, leave that moustache alone. Right, okay. On the back of my hand, it hasn't mattified it very much. In fact, if anything, it's given it a very soft, sort of very subtle glow, which isn't what it claimed to do, is it really? It said, you know, matte, a very matte look with, and it would prime skin as well, or grip onto foundation. But, right, let's get, so again, just hold it up and a drop should come. I'm not squeezing that at all. This is going to take forever, so I might just squeeze that out. Okay, there's quite a bit there, so just put the lid on him. Are you all okay, beautiful ones? Hope so. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I've got plans this weekend. Well, I do most weekends, do you know what I mean? But, right. Shall I apply this with fingers or brush? What do you want me to do? Brush, fingers, brush? I'll go in with fingers to start off with, bearing in mind if I tip my head back too fast and too quickly, my glasses will go flying again. So taking care to avoid that. Let's get some of, where is it? Ah, there it is. Can you see? Can you see how greasy my fingers look? And that's not grease. That's because I'm back on the old facelift in a bottle, and it exfoliates the skin. So that shine you can see on my hand is virgin skin basically, and there's no dead skin cells clogging up my skin, making it look dull, so on and so forth. But right, can you see that bit just on there? So let's dot him, and then we'll put this on this side of my face. And as I said, the little bit of this goes a really, really, really long way. So that would last me. Where is it? That's over here. That would last me years. Do you know what I mean? Glides onto the skin, guys. There's none of that pulling at all. In fact, it feels really, really elegant, really elegant. So once you've applied it to your skin with fingers or brush, and what you want to try with a brush in a minute, just go over with your hand or your fingers for one last swipe or a sweep, I guess, just to seal the deal, because silicones, they once they've bonded with the skin, you need to go over them again to activate the mattification of them. So hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my mind, although it gets lost in translation a lot of the time. Right, let's put glasses on and have a look at that, shall we? I don't think it's worked. Again, glasses are filthy, but no, skin feels incredible. So I can imagine foundation gliding onto the skin, although I can't see how it could adhere. Do you know what I mean? Because primers, they should be quite slightly sticky, or sticky, so the foundation has something to adhere to. That just feels really, really slippy and really silky, and I can't see how foundation is going to adhere to that. I can see foundation gliding onto it. Did you see there what I meant about, do you know what I mean? Before that area there was quite shiny, and I've just gone over with my finger. And all I'm doing there is I'm disrupting the powdered, the silicone, so that they're not lying like that anymore. They're lying more like that, more vertical than horizontal, and that gives you the matte look. Right, beautiful ones. It's been about, oh, my clock's over there now, isn't it? Keep moving my clock. Musical clocks? No, okay, we won't play musical clocks. Yep, so that's been on about 5-10 minutes now. I went and got myself a cup of tea, went and cleaned the bathroom, went and hoovered. No, I didn't, I'm kidding. But been about 5 minutes, I suppose. And I guess that's what you need to do when you're applying something like a silicone primer, is just to give it time to adhere to the skin. Let it set down, I guess, is what I'm trying to say there. I'm quite pleased with that, actually. And do you know what I mean? For £6, this is giving me vibes of Estee Lauder's Idealist, which is a very, very silicone-rich formula. And it was one of the first ever. And the way this one, the Mattify Primer, slipped onto the skin and gave you that beautiful sort of silky sort of feeling, that's definitely giving me vibes of Estee Lauder's Idealist. What do you think at home? Yep, pretty pleased with that so far, although I don't think it has mattified my skin as much as they're claiming to. Should we move on and look at Pore Blur now? Let's do that. So this one is called Pore Blur Primer, and this again is 28 mils. 2 mils away from your 30 mil box standard. Right, you've heard me say that, haven't you? Why do they do that? Does anyone know? It just seems, not dishonest, but it just seems a bit tight and a little bit, not sneaky either, what's the word? Tight-fisted, I guess, of Revolution. But again, as I said before, do you know what I mean? If that's what they want to do, if this stuff is amazing and makes my skin look flawless, or if this suddenly transforms me into a supermodel or something like that, which I would never ever be in a million years, do you know what I mean? Then they can take as many mils off as they want, and I guess they could charge as much as they want. Although, as I've already said too, that I haven't really found the Revolution primers to be that good, and they've got a lot of primers. They've just got one for everything, including how to mow your lawn, how to help you do your washing up. Do you know what I mean? They don't, obviously they don't. I'm being dramatic, but right. So this is called the Pore Blur Primer, 28 mils. Again, on the back, ingredients and the name of the product in various different languages. £6.99, exactly the same as the black Mattify one. I'll put the description down here, and it says, we understand enlarged pores can be a nightmare. Can't they just, guys? Do you have enlarged pores out there? Luckily, at the minute, my skin's looking okay, because I obviously have always looked after my skin, and, okay, sorry. Those pesky holes deep-rooted in skin can drive us crazy. True, drives me up the wall. Do they drive you up the wall, beautiful ones? Reduce and minimise the appearance of pores with the Revolution Pore Blur Primer. So that's quite a big claim, isn't it? This is your answer to a poreless and smoother looking base. Apply the silky gel formula to the face after moisturising and before foundation. I'm not going to be moisturising because I don't. I only use one serum, and I use that at night time. That's a facelift in the bottle. I don't use anything on my skin during the day. Sometimes I do, generally I don't. The peach primer will, I guess they're talking about colour there. The peach primer will blur the appearance of pores and set makeup in place all day. Contains antioxidant-rich vitamin E to help nourish your skin. Again, vegan and cruelty-free. So I've just take the last bit of cellophane off, and we'll apply this to the right side of my face, which will obviously appear left, or maybe not obviously, but now then, should we compare texture? This is much, much, much thicker. In fact, very, very thick. Can you see that? Hope so. So I guess they're right when they said it's a peach-coloured cream or balm, didn't they? Or primer. So, and it's much thicker, and it has to be much thicker, because if you think it's going to be like polyfiller or spackle, is it spackle? Is that what American people call it? You know, the stuff you put into something like an imperfection on a wall to then smooth over. And that's why this has to be much thicker than the other one, because the other one was just a mattify, wasn't it? So let's get some of that one on the face. Can you see that great big dollop there? And we may as well use a lot of this, mayn't we, guys? Just to see whether it lives up to its claim. It's giving me vibes of Clinique in the 1990s sold a T-zone mattifier, which I think it was part of their poreless collection or something like that, which you know, claimed to fill in pores and mattify skin all day. This glides onto the skin, guys. Again, no smell at all. No, not even that. It smells totally different. There's none. The first black one didn't smell. The mattify one didn't smell, but it had a very, very faint silicone odor. This one has none of that. It just doesn't smell of anything at all. So a big thumbs up there from me. And I'm liking the way this one glides onto the skin. So I guess it does give you some coverage, but not foundation coverage. This is just filling in lines and wrinkles, isn't it? Or just fine lines. I mean, nothing can really fill in wrinkles, but wow. And what I need to do is just give that another 5 minutes to set down. So I'll go and answer some WhatsApp messages, and I'll be back to you beautiful ones in about 5 minutes. Okay. Getting that silly smile again, guys, when I'm starting to fall in love with a product. That side just looks awesome. And mind you, I did put quite a lot. I put about a gallon of it on, didn't I? But this side, it just, for some reason, this side, it has actually filled in my pores. What it's done is it's think of a pore as like a dip. All it's just done is it filled that in, and by smoothing over the top, you're just leveling it off. This side, just I don't think it's really worked on that side at all. It may have taken some of the shine down, but this side, sorry, it's been clocks over there. Remember that, please. Yeah, no, it's been on for about 5 or 10 minutes now. So and I'm just wow. Wow, wow, wow. Do you know what, beautiful ones? I thought out of the two of them, this one would be the one that I was really, really, really impressed with. Although, so this is this side of my face. So this is the Mattify. And it hasn't, can you see, I did have a red mark there, didn't I, before? And it hasn't vanished, but it's certainly dampened it down. Whereas, and this hasn't got any pigments or anything in, so it's not a foundation, it's just a primer. Although it has given me some coverage, isn't it? And look at how smooth my skin looks now, and perfected and airbrushed, and lines have been filled in, pores have been filled in and eliminated or vanished or airbrushed away. So this side, as I just said, basically I'm going to write that off as a failure. So the camera's there. Sorry, the lights are really bright today and I'm having trouble focusing. You're there, aren't you, beautiful ones? I can see you now. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, you know, this one's, I'm not going to fail it because obviously I need to try it the way it was designed for use, which is to go with foundation, isn't it? And I'm not using it in that way today, so I can't fail it anyway. That just wouldn't be fair on Revolution, would it? It would certainly come recommended if you want to have a very, very slippy sort of, you know, your foundation wants to glide on, or perhaps you're having issues with patchiness or something. I can imagine this smoothing patches and so on and so forth. Desperate to talk about this one now. This one is on the right hand side of my face, which will appear left to you, beautiful ones, and I am just blown away, absolutely blown away. Let's have a close inspection. Wow. I mean, look at the difference between that side and this area here in particular. Wow, it's just made my skin utterly transformed, hasn't it? Or is it just me? I mean, do you know what I mean? Am I wishful thinking here, grasping at straws rapidly because I'm desperate to find my holy grail skin perfector? But wow, can you see that there? I think I may have found it actually, guys. I really, really do. What I am really, really, really impressed about this formulation is that, can you see that mark there? And I know I've just spoken about this, but I'm going to speak about it again if that's okay with you guys. Look at that side there. It has basically, and that's quite a big dip there because that's obviously glass marks, and my glasses are a little bit too small for my massive, huge head. But I just can't, I can't even begin to explain how wonderful this, and this video is not sponsored, by the way. None of my videos are sponsored for the time being until I find a product which I think is, you know, would benefit you guys out there. But that's incredible, isn't it? I'll go and remove this layer, and when I come back, I'll apply this all over my face. And should I try it with a brush, do you reckon? Just to see, or even a damp brush to see if we can maybe make it look even better on my old face? Should we do that? Right, beautiful ones, that's that layer removed. So shall I put some more on them? This time we'll apply with a soap brush, shall we? Just to see, because this is silicone based, and as some of you know out there, that one of my favourite things to do is to use water with a silicone based foundation or any sort of product really, just to, because it can really alter the way the foundation. Just need to drying my brush on my shorts, the most glamorous thing I think I've ever done. So that's sorry, I should have shown you, shouldn't I? My bowl of water here, my jug of water. Put that there in between on my lap. And this brush, it's not soaking, it's just it's between soaking and damp, so somewhere between the two. And what I'll do is I'll just pick that all up, and obviously you need to blend that in, so I'll just show you what I'm doing on the back of the old hand. And yeah, I was saying, wasn't I, about using water with silicones because they repel each other. Silicones are water resistant naturally. Silicone comes from sand. That's where that's how they produce silicone, because obviously, well, maybe not obviously, and I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to shut up. Right, okay, so yeah, it goes on the skin really, really beautifully. And although we're not getting the same amount of coverage we did with fingers, are we? But hopefully, by applying it with a damp brush, we may actually, you know, make my skin look even better than it did, you know, with fingers. Although, as I just said, we're not having the same amount of coverage, so it's not going to get rid of that mark there or that mark there. So that's basically that on my face now. So guys, that's basically that on my face now, applied using a damp to soaking brush. Let's have a look, shall we? And I have just cleaned my glasses between applications, and no, I'm not so sure about this method, guys. No, I don't think it's worked. So what have we learned today, guys? We have learned that these two, in their own right, are quite. This one it's quite a good product, I guess. It's gonna become House of Joseph endorsed. Why not, basically? Although it was very, very runny when it first came out of the tube, wasn't it? It just poured out and without any pressure being applied to the tube. So I don't know whether if you kept it in the fridge or not, it would, you know, that would help to thicken it up or make it a little bit more dense or more viscous, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But on the skin, it just felt like silk, and a little bit of that went a really, really long way. So I guess this one would be good for giving your foundation a good sliding sort of smooth, silky sort of base. Didn't think it mattified my skin at all in the least, but this one, however, and by the way, guys, the deal's off on keeping both of these. No, I'm joking, of course I am. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they're only £6, so I'll be glad to give this one. It's brand new as well. You can see the security seal on it, can't you? Be glad to give that one away. So do stick around to the end, and I'll talk to you about how we're going to get this to my beautiful one out there, or my beautiful ones, whoever wins this. The Pore Blur Primer, on the other hand, compared to the first, the mattified one, totally different animal, just absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And I have now found my holy grail skin perfector. I have. This, and it's £6 as well. Do you know what I mean? £6. That's just awesome, isn't it? So my faith in Revolution primers has been restored now. They do have a lot of primers, though. So my faith in Revolution primers has definitely been restored. This one was a lot more thick out of the tube, wasn't it? And it needs to be thick to give it that spackle. Is it spackle or speckle? I think it's spackle, isn't it? We call it polyfiller in England, to give you that polyfiller effect. And although, hang on, now that's dried. Yep, because my fan's obviously blowing on me, and now the water's evaporated. It's left behind my skin. Just looks awesome now, doesn't it, guys? A very, 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 very slight amount of coverage. Although, as I said, there's no pigments. This is not a foundation. It's not a tint. It's nothing like that. It's only a skin primer. Although it has really, really, really perfected my skin, hasn't it? And for £6, wow. Sorry, beautiful ones. That concludes today's trial. And it was a bit of a battle, really, wasn't it, between these two. The clear winner was definitely the Pore Blur Primer. Just amazing stuff. I mean, it's just awesome, isn't it? Got that silly smile. Again, get on with it. Okay. Right, shall we talk about how we're going to get this one to you guys out there? I just need to ask you a question or something, if that's okay. What is the name of my channel? Quite simple. Not what was the name, what's the current name of my channel. If you want to find out, you all know the name of my channel, don't you? It's slap bang all across the top of the branding on the channel, so on and so forth. So if you want this one, then just pop into the comments the name of the channel. And this will be open to anyone, so international or UK. I'm not limiting this just to the UK. So if you want to have skin which looks as great as mine does at the minute, then apply with fingers or a brush. I mean, that seemed to have worked, doesn't it, as well? Or hasn't it as well? And I'll install an app or something which will help me just to, if I put everyone's names into the app, then that can choose for me. I think that's probably the fairest way to do it. What do you reckon at home? Is that a good idea? Or shall I use a hat or a jug with some names written down and torn into pieces of paper? I think I might try the app if that's okay with you guys out there. This stuff is awesome, absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, this will be winging its way to one of you very, very soon. That sadly concludes our battle of the Revolution primers. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Similarly, do subscribe to the channel. That helps us grow, and also hit the notifications button to all so that you're released. So you're notified every time I release. You can be released if you want to. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think by hitting the button's going to release anyone really. I just think it will help you notify you when I am releasing new videos, which is pretty regular at the moment. And all that remains is for me to wish you gorgeous ones. Gorgeous one. You are all beautiful and gorgeous, and you're in my heart and in my thoughts all the time. Have a wonderful Friday and have a gorgeous weekend, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.